After thinking about the topic for this final project, we finally decide what are going to talk about. First of all, the name of the company we choose is Telmex. We choose this company because it is internationally recognized. The reason we choose to talk about this company is because in the past almost 30 years, Telmex showed that it's one of the fastest growing worldwide telecommunication companies, and although other communication companies are fighting against Telmex, the leader in communication services is still this company. In 1990, Telmex was bought by a group of investors formed principally by Carlos Slim, France Telecom, and Southwestern Bell Corporation. Actually, Carlos Slim is the chairman and Hector Slim is the CEO of this big and successful corporation. Because of the growth of Telmex, the wealth of Carlos Slim increased to such large magnitude so that nowadays he's one of the richest people in the world. Now we are going to talk about what Telmex does. Well, Telmex is a Mexican telecommunication company headquartered in Mexico City that provides telecommunications products and services not only in Mexico but also in Argentina, Chile, Colombia, Brazil, Ecuador, Peru, Venezuela, and other countries in Latin America. Actually, Telmex counts with 47,247 employees. The corporation was founded in 1947 when a group of Mexican investors bought Swedish Ericsson Mexican branch, and then in 1972 the Mexican government bought the company, turning it into a government monopoly. Actually, this company is the largest provider of ADSL connection, after being converted from a state monopoly to a private enterprise by President Carlos Salinas de Gortari in 1990. It took the Mexican government 5 years to establish regulation in the telecommunication, and only then were competitors allowed to enter the Mexican telecommunication market, leaving Telmex and its owner Carlos Slim enough time to extend their technological lead. However, controversially, the payment itself took place over the course of the next several years, using revenues from the phone service. Well, after privatization, Telmex has invested on present for about $29 billion over the period 1990 and 2004 to ensure the ground and modernization of its infrastructure and developing a 100% digital technology platform which offers a fiber optic network of more than 80,000 kilometers, which is currently one of the most advanced worldwide and includes connections via underwater cable with 39 countries.
After spinning off American Mobile, Telmex started an expansion plan which started with the purchase of Guatemala Telwa. Later, Telmex bought former state-owned phone companies in Central America and began operation in the USA with Telmex USA. In 2004, Telmex went into a shopping spree for undeveloped operation in South America, including the purchase of AT&T Latin America operation, giving him presence in Colombia, Venezuela, Peru, Paraguay, Chile, Argentina, Brazil, and Uruguay, and increasing reach in the United States. In the same year, Telmex bought from MCI Brazil and most important operation and operator. At the same time, sister companies American Mobile using a similar strategy with Carrión, cellular operation mobile in Argentina and Uruguay, Claro in Brazil and Peru, Port in Ecuador, and Comcel in Colombia. As of January 2006, Telmex continued buying assignment in Latin America and the USA. In November 2006, Telmex announced the agreement to acquire TV Cable and Cable Pacífico in Colombia. In April 2007, Telmex announced the agreement to acquire Cable Centro and Satélite Caribe in Colombia. Cable Centro offers cable TV and internet access service and has been in operation for 7 years.
Well, this company is really important in Mexico because it's still the dominant fixed line phone carrier in addition to traditional fixed line telephone service and owns the 90% of the telephone line in Mexico City and also the 90% of the line in the country. Although Telmex is now a private company, it still remains as a quasi-monopoly. There are other telephone companies in Mexico, but they have failed to be fierce competitor for Telmex. On the other hand, Telmex is important to Mexico because it provides a lot of jobs to the Mexican family, therefore the development and economy of the country. In this graph, we can be aware of the number of employees Telmex have had over the time. In 1947, when Telmex was found, had around 250 of the people working, as we can see. 23 years later, in 1970, the people who worked in this company was about 6,500 employees. And 20 years more later, in the 90s, Telmex number of employees was around 20,000. Nowadays, it's a company that employs over 40,000 persons in this company. Telmex currently is one of the companies with the best earning in all Mexico. It's expected to earn 970 million pesos each year. This graph shows Telmex earning in the last 5 years. As we can see, the profit have been increasing as time passes. For 2011, has revenue of 700 million pesos, and in 2015 had earnings by more than 870 million pesos, which means that is increasing of 15% over a period of 4 years. Telmex is a corporation committed to the Mexican society. This company donates 5% of its profits to the population in need of education and food. Telmex currently provides elementary and middle school to all children who attach to this foundation.
My opinion on Telmex is the most important company in Mexico because it covers 18% of fixed communication, is able to facilitate communication, making process efficient.
From my point of view, Telmex is really important because it impacts possibility and talks really good about our country and the Mexicans. Besides thanks to this company, we can keep communicate in a really fast and cheap. Moreover, Telmex is a social responsible company that is really committed with the Mexican society.
Well, talking about Telmex, we know that it's one of the biggest companies in Mexico and also one of the best ones. It also provides a lot of education and unite all the people. How? Well, it provides TV service, phone service, and internet service. Also, it has helped a lot of Mexicans with the foundation that is Fundación Telmex that give a lot of money to education and provide food. So, in my opinion, it's one of the important companies in Mexico because it also helps a lot in the economy. They employ a lot of people in Mexico and help a lot of family. So we can see that Telmex is important for Mexico. And it's not just Telmex, it also have a lot of companies that it relation with telecommunication.